Tom Brady. I'm just telling you all, I love watching some Tom Brady. Now, don't get it twisted. Now, I don't want to, see or touch or suck his Johnson or something, anything freaky like that. I love the game of football. Now, I'm going to tell you that one of my most magical nights in my life was when I went 5 for 6. Great night if you're playing baseball. But that night, I was playing football at Wilcox High School in Santa Clara, California. Now, this journey started about 3 or 4 weeks earlier. I had to lose 15 to 18 pounds to make weight for the year. If I didn't make weight, I couldn't play for the entire year. If I missed that weight, it's Jamboree Day. If I miss that weight, I can't play the entire year. Now, the game was that night. So I stood on the scale, butt naked in front of the entire league. The coach from San Jose pulled out a credit card from his pocket, wallet, and I held my breath and the scale bounced because I tried to get on the scale with my underwear on, and it was obviously that credit card would have went through. So I had to get down to I'm like butt naked. Everybody in the league saw my Johnson. So I'm butt naked now. The scale bounces and then settles down, and then laid on the beam. And the coach tried to push his credit card through because he just saw what happened, with my clothes, with my underwear on. He thought it might be a chance. But he put his credit card away and shook his head okay. Then 80 plus young boys, 90% of them white boys, went crazy in a small Western room at Wilcox High School. How did I know it was the restroom room? Earlier that day, I was rolled up in the mat with plastic garbage bags on. The sweat to get my weight down. Everything I did, I didn't eat for days. I was spitting my saliva so I would lose weight. Going into the bathroom, doing jumping jacks. I started to run to get my card cleared until somebody reminded me I was naked. So I ran back, put my back on my shorts, and I ran to the table where there was 2 women sitting there. And one of them asked me, "Was that world for you?" And I probably said, "Yes, ma'am." Again, 80 plus, mostly white boys, were screaming at the top of their lungs for their leader, me, their Tom Brady at that time. Now, I would like to know if anyone that played football scored 5 touchdowns in 6 plays. I saw number 6 after I beat the last guy, but as he fell off balance, he managed to slap my heels, tripping me up on the 9 or 10 yard. Like I said, the 9 or 10 yard, so I saw number 6. My coach pulled me. I didn't play the rest of the night. I sat at the end of the bench, tripping on what had just taken place that night. Then I fell in love. That's another story for another time. Okay, but I had a little young white boy that was holding my helmet, and I can tell, I said earlier, you don't gotta hold my helmet. And if I had took that helmet from that little little kid, he'd cried. But I'm sitting there tripping out there. I just scored 5 touchdowns in 6 plays, and I got some little white kid holding my helmet. This is Pop Warner. This ain't high school. I got some kid holding my helmet. So anyway, let's get to Tom. So Tom's got 6 championships. Got to count for something. So I started watching Tom, and I didn't like Tom at first. I never watched him. I mostly rooted against him until the Seattle game. I was a 49er fan. But then when they refused, Seattle refused to go beast mode. In the beast mode zone, I was doing my beast mode dance. Happy that Tom Brady wasn't gonna win another championship. And then I saw an interception in the beast mode zone. So the next year, I started watching. Not cheering, just watching. And that year a light went off in my head, and that was after I started to appreciate Tom Brady's quarterbacking skills. And I understand, I had started thinking that six, whatever championship it was at the time, got to count for something. And then the idea hit me. It was like October 9th, and when a player hit Tom, I think it could have been October because there ain't no football in October. I don't know. It was one day. I just remember seeing a guy hit Tom and got a penalty. Now, again, I forget the year and the month of year. But, after that Seattle, game and he won, that was when, I thought, okay, it's got to count for something. So, and I need help, like I said before, I sometimes, want to need a little help. So no one thinks I'm dictating. Now, you ask people help sometimes. You come with an idea and you want to get some input. So no one thinks that you, dictating and trying to be a ruler of anything. So, I want to get to a fair number situation. Again, I ain't trying to be a dictator. All I knew that we need to do something, some counting, like 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, I don't know. We got to come with something to motivate our new quarterback to set a new championship record. We tell me you get 4, 5 championships, then we give you some Mississippis, before somebody can hit you to prolong your career. I'm not happy that Tom, retired. I'm not happy with that. Yeah, I think he had a few more years, but especially after, even with Tom's a great quarterback, but you need a receiver, man. You can't, he cut his time short. The clue for me was the coach turning over the team to another guy. Tom needs a great receiver to throw to. No Antonio Brown, no championship. Simple as that. And the Tom, stops playing the game of football. I feel robbed of a few more years of Tom Brady. Just not right. So now my goal is to motivate the others to go for the Tom Brady championship rings record. I think we should have a threshold, like I said earlier, a minimum of 4, maybe to get in, to get a count. You just can't get a count because you win 1 or 2. You got at least 4, maybe 5. I don't know, but we got to come with something. It can't be easy. It wasn't easy for Tom. I don't think it was. He had 6 or 7. I don't know exactly how many. I know he was a lot. I know it was more than one-on-one. He had one for each finger and had another one going in the hand. But I know he had enough to argument, that he should get some Mississippis. We have to come up with a decision as a group. We all should come and contribute to the vote for the next Tom Brady. When a quarterback, wins 6 or 7 rings, which is a no-brainer, you get some Mississippis, before they can get hit. It prolongs their career, I think it's a good idea. I don't know, it's just me. I've had this idea for a while now. I wish I could have implemented it before Tom retired, but I had a voice yet. Hopefully I get a voice here soon, but it'll be too late because Tom retired. Now he's, he do what I did. I'm a Bay Area guy, man. He, bought part ownership of the Raiders. Ain't nothing wrong with that. I can't, but man, Tom got a few more years to play, but I can't go in there. That's Tom doing his thing, So now and again, I want to back up a bit. I had, the time to watch Tom. It wasn't love at first sight. I didn't grow up in New England. I didn't like Tom. I was a San Francisco fan until they, paid Colin Kaepernick $100,000 and then allowed, weak lying journalists, speak words and lies and think that this man, you paid $100. Yeah, and too many people got $100 million contract. Now all of a sudden he ain't good enough to play. No, man, I ain't feeling that. Just because he took a knee. Now come on, y'all. Now Colin can get a job in the NFL unless he shows a team that he can win a Super Bowl. Everybody can't win a Super Bowl. They got jobs, something like that. I found myself rooting for other teams and rooting for other teams. Should I say, not rooting. I found myself rooting for the teams until they brought a quarterback from my alma mater. That's another story. I ain't gonna root against my alma mater. So I had to root for a team that picked up my alma mater quarterback. But now back to Tom in the NFL. Now, I especially after the big, betting start, saw how the NFL, told Aaron Rodgers that he couldn't play because, of a test that could have been a false positive or give out misinformation. I later realized that it might have been attributed to a move that was based on the traveling power of the 49ers, now, and not the betting. Or maybe it was both. I don't know. I saw a game against the LA Rams in Inglewood, for anyone would have thought it was a home game. The way I saw them 49ers, man, that's how well the Niners base is committed to their team. If those tickets weren't bought they were bought above ticket price on the you didn't pay the ticket price, but it was just, you would have thought that was a Niner home game. However, they made Aaron feel better by giving him the MVP trophy, keep him quiet. Now, I ain't saying that Aaron didn't deserve the trophy. Aaron's a great quarterback. He's one of my top guys, but I just felt weird, like this whole season felt weird, Aaron is one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time. If Aaron had Adams, Aaron could have easily, gotten to my top 5 all time with another Super Bowl win. I think he just won away from top 5. What makes me see the whole thing with bad vision is how teams are making decisions not to win Super Bowls. If you want to win, you got to find a way to bring Antonio Brown back with Tom Brady. He was stressed out about money. Who ain't gonna believe that? The man was upset that he didn't get you, put him out the game. He won a few more catches because it might have been a bonus. I mean, that's how you got to think. If you him, you trying to come up. Nothing wrong with that, but black man can't protest. Black man protesting any kind of way, he's done. Another story, I don't want to go in there. All right, so if you want to win a Super Bowl, you don't trade Adams away from Aaron. I'm not the brightest in the room. Well, maybe in some cases, but if your team trades a receiver like Adams, I would come to the understanding that your team is no longer interested in winning another Super Bowl, at least for that year, or maybe anytime soon. With that trade, your chances of another ring for a championship has greatly decreased, and maybe that's why Aaron left. Because I don't know, I would feel like, man, I'm trying to win a championship. That's what it's all about. You trade my best receiver. You trade Adams? Yeah, man, I don't know if I can even face you anymore. I mean, it would be hard for me to pass you in the hallway. I would feel like I might have to sock you up a little bit, if you're more responsible for trading Adams to another team for any amount of money. Not Adams. You can trade anybody else. Not anybody. But I'm just saying, but you don't trade Adams. Man, if I was Aaron Rodgers, yeah, I couldn't see you in the hallway, man. It would be a problem. That's just me. If I was Aaron Rodgers, Aaron might be a little bit cooler than me. But I know if you traded my best receiver, I don't know if I could see you on a regular basis. That's all I'm saying. Now for a person who loves chess, trading Adams is like giving up your queen before the game starts. You know what I'm saying? That's how serious it is. Now, I'm just saying that for people who don't understand football. But I could say the same thing about not bringing back Antonio Brown, Tom Brady. That's a little bit more, more of a move, complicated move. But in today's world, complicated seems to be the thing. They're pushing complicated as a new world order. It's normal now. It's a new normal to be complicated. So you should have brought back Antonio Brown. I'm trying to win another ring for Tom. That's what I tell him. So he was stressed out about money. And so you find a way to bring Antonio Brown back to play football. Not in some Canadian league and some arena league. As an owner or whatever, he should have been playing football last year with Tom Brady. Now, that's just my opinion. I'm only thinking of what it takes for a team to move up the playoffs, because I know greatness needs greatness. Even Tom, he's a great quarterback, but he can't do it without a great receiver. It ain't going to happen. No great quarterback can get to the Super Bowl and win a Super Bowl without a great receiver. That's why Tyreek Hill is so important. That's why everybody was betting for Philadelphia, because they had Don't get. I mean, some of the receivers. Kelsey is a good receiver, but he's a tight end. You can't. There was no Tyreek on the field. That was on the winning team. They had some good receivers, but they wasn't a Tyreek Hill. If Tyreek's on the Chiefs, then I don't know if the betting would have been what it was. But once again, everything has changed. And that's all I'm going to say. I'm going to leave it right there. All right, man. I want you to hear that and understand that I'm a Tom Brady. I was a Tom Brady playing fan. I don't know how I root for him as an owner. That's kind of weird. Yeah, because I enjoy great quarterback play. And now one of our greatest quarterbacks retired before he had to. That's all I'm saying. All right, man. See you in the next one. Oh, woman. Or whatever you identify as. Tell me what you think. Like, comment, share, follow, or subscribe. Thank you for your time.